All right, how's everyone doing? So I don't think I've ever really done an amp demo, and just find it interesting that sometimes you have equipment that you don't use fully to its full capacity, and I'm probably guilty of it. So I have a particular sound that I like in my head. So most of the times, when I try an amp, whether it be at a guitar store or the amps that I own, and I own actually three amps. I guess yeah, three amps. So I own Milkman Creamer 20, which is an amazing amp, and of course a Hendrickson Bud 6, and a Fender Pro Junior. All of them excellent, excellent amps. None of them are big amps. What's my favorite? It depends upon the guitar. It depends upon the situation. But anyway, for the purposes of this discussion, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Milkman Creamer. First of all, it's not a cheap amp, so it's a boutique amp. Costs a lot of money, but at the same time, I think you get a lot for what you're getting as far as like your investment level. So I view it as one of those amps that basically can replicate the clean tone of your guitar. I'm not gonna crunch this thing up. I do not have the. I don't want to annoy the neighbors or anything like that. So just want to go through the clean tones a little bit and some of the things. It's almost like when you have an amp like this, the way the settings are done, it's almost like having other pedals, or it's more than just a clean tone. So everything is pretty much flat. So the controls on here, let me don't have a videographer or anybody like that, so hopefully you guys can catch the settings here. All right, so you got volume, treble, bass, a dwell, a blend, and a tone button. Okay, so pretty much everything is flat on the amp the way I have it, pretty much at noon, with the bass a little bit turned down. So let's just hear how it sounds, and I'll talk a little bit about two of the controls, the dwell and the blend, and the tone that it gets out of the guitar gets out of that. So this is it, pretty flat, nothing special. I'm just using the Gibson 339. So okay, that's a pretty flat tone. I happen to like it because you can't hide bad guitar playing or your guitar playing, and to me, it's a quintessential a clean tone. Great for arch tops, great for semi hollows and things of that nature. So nothing's coloring the sound. It's basically your tone. And in my case, I'm using a ProPlec on 1.5, and basically the settings are pretty much flat on this. So now, when I bought this amp, I didn't even know what does a dwell or blend do. I let my ears guide me. So basically, that's their version of reverb. The dwell actually, well, let me turn the dwell up a little bit. I had it at noon, and I'm raising it a little bit, and so you'll hear. It's gonna be a very wet sound. that's not my sound. That's a little bit too much reverb or too much dwell going on. So if you like surf music or you want that echo sound, that's a, you know, you can mess around with that. I'm gonna bring it back to noon, and so you can get a little taste of the original flat sound. Okay, so you let your ears hear that. Now I'm gonna take the blend out. I'm blend up past noon to about, oh, I'd say about 2 o'clock. Okay. To me, that's a little bit more natural sounding for what I'm trying to play. So now I'm gonna put it at a little bit of a mixture. I'm gonna increase the dwell and the blend, but at a more, for my ears, a more manageable level for the style I play. So this is probably where I'd probably have it set if I was playing a gig or my preferred sound, which is basically both the dwell and the blend, or basically at 1 o'clock. Okay, and to me the dwell's a little bit um, too high, so I'm gonna dial it back slightly, and that's the sound I'm looking for. All right, so there you have it. So you know, the point of it is that tone comes mostly from your fingers, strings, and all this other stuff. The amp is a good tool, but let your ears guide you. And really, the environment that you're playing in. Some environments require more or less reverb depending upon the room that you're playing with and stuff. So for me, I'm looking for something closer to a dry tone, but with a little of spring to it, and not so much spring as in spring reverbs. All right then, thank you for watching. Hopefully this helps you guys, and practice, 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 practice.